there's a bike in the distance. And we all know the video camera never really shows how steep it is. You can see it up there. So I've got my helmet on, hopefully you can hear me. But the suspension that I've got after the rework of the suspension, guys, it is absolutely fantastic. I kid you not. Oh, there's the old girl. Oh, I can't describe how much I love riding this bike. Yeah, it's bloody big and heavy. Not as heavy as the African Twin. I used to love riding the African Twin. Just the twin cylinder motor, the torquiness of them. Now with the suspension done to it, oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty. Be back in a jiffy. Can't get much better than that. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this time last year, this was just, a lot of this was on fire. Not this part did miss. This miss hit a bit further up to my left, that way. Fire come through here. We're fighting fires and everything. And this year, all we've had is rain, rain and rain. And really cool temperatures for summer. Oh, hello boys and girls, just out for a quick ride. Today it's just, I do say always short video, don't I? Whoa, yeah. Yeah, it won't be too long. I've just got some action shots today. Just to give you a bit of an idea on the suspension, how it works. And I haven't been on the bike for 2 weeks, and when you get back on the bike, I always think it's a good indication what's the bike's like. You know, you're almost getting back to a new bike in a way, I think, when you've been off the bike for a little while. I mean, 2 weeks is not that long, I know, but still. Getting back onto this, with the suspension upgrades, oh, absolutely fantastic. Now I always go nice and slow down here, less noise. There is a house to the right, you can see over there. Yeah, so I've got a few action shots, and it's a pain to do, because you've got to, look at that big goanna, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, they're a pain to do. You've got to put the camera down, ride down, turn around, get the shot, ride back, turn around, pick the camera up and head off on your way. And I'm not a patient person. I don't have the patience. Next time I do it, I'm better off bringing someone out with me and make it a bit easier. But I know it makes it better. Oh, I know it makes it better viewing. Oh, we've got to go that way. Can't go too crazy through here, because it's not far from civilization. A lot of people do use it. get runners and walkers and mountain bike riders. I'd like to thank some of the comments I got, helped me out regarding the re-tyre, the 140 tyre. Things you learn, hey? So currently I'm running a 140 tyre on this standard rim, which is a 4-inch rim on the Tenere, and it's a Motos tyre, 140, and it's the tube tyre. Okay, so you've got to put a tube in it because Teneres are not a tubeless rim. So I did put the right tyre on it as such, but not the size, and I knew that. I knew it was a smaller tyre. But if you see my other videos, you know what I'm talking about the bead coming off the rim, which is a no-no. And when I'm back on the Motos site, yeah, and they do sell. Oh, sorry, some of the comments said that you can actually run the tubeless tyres on these, which you can because they come in a 150, and that's all they sell. Motos is a 150 tubeless tyre, but you've got to run the tube in it. So I know the tubeless do go on these rims. So if you run the 140 tubeless tyre, it's actually for a 3.5-inch rim. So what some people are saying is that actually does fit to the rim a lot better than what this type does, as per the bead staying on the rim. So, I mean, look, it's not a problem for anyone else who, if you just want to run your standard 150 tyre, this conversation's mute. It doesn't mean anything, okay? But for me who wants to run a 140, because most of my riding I do is off-road, it does make a big difference, okay? It does to me anyway. The thing is, the 140 in the tubeless is $240. The non-tube, the tube tyre, which you've got to run tube in, is $180. So I think, was it $60, whatever it was, I think it was, difference. And if I run the 150 tyre, which you know normally got to run, they're $290. Alright, so if I do run the tubeless tyre, it is a bit of a saving on the 290. Yep, it's about what, $50 or something like that. So yeah, so hopefully that tyre's okay, and I may just keep running with that. The other option is, like I said, one chap did come back to me, and he actually changed his 4-inch rim to a 3-inch rim, you know, and got the wheel relaced, and you know, that's a cheap option too. It's not that expensive to do that, guys, believe it or not. You're probably looking at maybe, you know, I don't know, depends what you get, $400 or $500, you know. But in the end, with the cheaper tyres, it will end up paying for itself over the long run. I used to run on my Tenere, on my African Twin, I used to run different rims on that. I used to have smaller rims and narrow rims on that, and they were a big go winner. So I used to run a 2.5-inch rim on the back of that, and run naturally the 140 tyre, which I've actually got on this, which actually was fine for that rim because that's what it was made for. So that never come off the rim when I got a flat tyre. Not that I got a flat tyre. That's even. So it's really hard to see the bumps and that in the shadows. Well, here we go, there's a car coming here. Okay, now mate, don't know if they wave or not, but I always wave. If they don't wave back, well, you know, good on them. But I always wave back, give them a wave, you never know. They might need help one day. So we're heading back into the forest. Just coming across the road I normally come in on, and it is a Friday. Normally you don't see one car, but today 8 cars come past, 4 drives, and yeah, it's bloody, everyone's out. So we are heading up to a really rocky section, so I want to leave the camera on. I'll show you just the bike and how it handles up through there, and I'll take the camera off and I'll have a ride by as well. Not sure how much it will pick up because this camera I have got, it's a ion. It's called ion camera. It's a round type camera, so it's a Canon type camera in a way. So it doesn't give distance all that good shots for distance. So you can't zoom in or out with it as well. Sorry. So we've got some push bikes here, mountain bikes, by the looks of those tracks. Now the standard suspension went really good along here. There was no problems with the standard suspension. It soaked up this sort of stuff really well. This is actually where I was worried with this new suspension being stiffer. But it's not. It actually soaks up these sharp edges and that just as good. So yeah, that's a big ass tree. Holy dooly, that's big. Ooh. Try to cut that with an axe. Believe it or not, this used to be one of the main roads out to the Laguna. Once upon a time. I know that's picking up that sound, but doesn't that sound good? Oh, that's slippery. Right, what I'm down to? So I'm down to 2 bars now. And I'd just like to say, there's probably about 6 litres of fuel left in that, so it should be enough to get home. I've got about 100 k's to get from home from here. That should be enough. But the difference in the handling of the bike with the less fuel in it, it's just night and day. So how much weight plays with a bike, it's amazing, isn't it? But so just so I've got less, 10 litres, so that's almost 10 kilos, so to speak, less weight. And the bike feels bloody fantastic. Really, oh, no good for the old bones. Oh, this is rocky, right? Now this is what I was talking about. This is really rocky up here all the way. So I'll do a ride now and I'll put the camera down and have a ride by. Probably won't be able to pick much up. This is where it's rocky. Up through here. Well, it probably looks smooth. Alright, so I put this back in the helmet and we'll head off. Exhaust is hanging in there, really nice. No problems with it, it's all good. Yeah, alright, see you in a second. What I just spoke about, it was on 2 bars. I kid you not long after that, I reckon I'm lucky I've done 500 metres. And as you can see, I'm not sure you can see that in the camera, but it's now down to 1 bar. Okay, so this is what I mean about the fuel gauge. Absolutely pain in the ass. So I had 3 bars to start with. I had 4 actually to start with for the ride. And I don't know how far I've gone because my trip meter is not in sync with the fuel, what I'll put in the fuel in the tank. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to put my trip meter on. Okay, trip it back. What's that one? Is that one? That's one. Right, so I'll see how long it takes for that now to start buzz. I know it's just gone over. So within about, I reckon within 50, 55 Ks, it's dropped from 3 bars. I kid you not. All right, so that's why it's a pain. Now, if I was out somewhere, you start panicking, thinking, oh, man. But, you know, it's not flashing yet, so I've probably still got another 100, probably 120, 130 Ks in there. We'll just see. All right. So, we haven't got long to go till we get out on the main fire road, so I'll leave the camera rolling. If you find it too boring, well, you've got the power to stop watching. I will be posting some videos soon on. I bought a YZ250 some time ago. I made a video back last year in October. I hadn't posted that video about the bike. I'm actually nearly finished the build on that YZ, so I'll start posting some of those videos of me doing some work to that bike. So yeah, it's just about building a bike. I mean, most of you might not be interested in a motocross bike, but it's a 1989 YZ250, which, you know, I'm going to race. May do one race this year or something, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, look out for that if you're interested in what they're doing in that, what I'm doing. Well, that's about it, guys, and girls. I don't think I've got any girls watching. Oh, I don't know, I think I do. I think there's a husband and wife who subscribe, I think, watch. Yeah, I've got no rides planned at the moment. I do want to go out in the outback again. There's Kings Canyon and out back there. I want to see Uluru, all those sort of things. But with our COVID-19, as soon as we have a localised bloody case, you know, that's a hot spot and we close everything down. And I could be in the bloody another state or territory and get stuck. That's my fear. So I'll wait for the vaccinations. They're starting to happen now. And hopefully it'll all, you know, some sort of normality will come about. It's crazy, but anyway, until something else happens. So I do want to do that because I have only done really one trip on this, and that was the hill end trip, which I videoed, which is on there on my channel. And I have to say the Tenere we floated up was good. It didn't feel a heavy bike. It was really balanced. It felt good. I don't want to pick it up. I do miss the 701 for pure adventure riding, for gear full on, no stress riding. I can handle it, turn it around on a dime, all that type of stuff. I miss the 701. If I was a rich man, it'd still be in the garage, but I can't have two bikes like that. I just can't afford that. So this is the better compromise bike for me. I love the twin motor. A little wallaby there. If the 701 had a nice little twin motor in it, just imagine they had a little twin in that, it'd still be here. I'd still have it. This is just better on the road for what I do. So definitely this is not going anywhere for quite some time. I can say that. It should be around for a while. There was something I was going to talk about, but I forgot now. I'm getting old, forget things. I don't even know where I am. Where am I? They do a lot of logging out here, as you can see. They're starting to do that as well. I almost had a head on here last time with a logging truck because, gee, they fly, they get along. But we've had a lot of rain, so I'm not going to go and explore too much today. Plus, I've only got one bar left on that fuel. So, my biggest fear, one more thing to finish off, my biggest fear on this bike is creek crossings and the deeper creek crossings, alright? Because if you drown this bike, especially if you're by yourself and you're in a creek crossing, one, you may not be able to get it out of the creek because it's too heavy to move, so you're stuck. Or if you do push it out of the creek, I mean, you're still stuck, but at least you got it out of the creek. But then try to, you know, de-drown the bike. It's basically impossible. To get to the spark plugs on this thing, it is an effort. And that was the same for the African Twin. So that's the fear, probably one of the main fears I have with this bike. When I do come across to a creek crossing, that's probably a fear that I do have. But the worst case, what you can do is, you know, you can walk the bike across with the bike running for a safe option, something that's deep. So I'll swallow my ego. That doesn't worry me. I'll do that rather than drop the bike. Alrighty. I always want to keep them short, don't I? The videos, and then I'm going for days. But that's it. Thanks for subscribing. I don't ask people to subscribe, but thank you that you find some of my stuff. There we go. The loggers are up there. Interesting. So yeah, look out for the YZ build, the old 89. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Ride safe and be good to each other. Catch ya.